Hello everybody, welcome to the Monday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Well, the Kentucky Department of Education released its leadership assessment report on Christian County High School and the school district. As a result of the report, Christian County High School principal Kathy Johnson will keep her position, but the school's decision-making council will be disbanded in 45 days. And Education Commissioner Terry Holliday will appoint a new council that will serve in an advisory role during the next 2 years. According to the report, the principal and school council have not adequately addressed the learning deficiencies of struggling students in reading and math, have not ensured that teachers used varied, authentic, and rigorous instructional strategies to meet the unique needs of all students and engage them in challenging learning experiences. And the principal does not ensure school council policies and procedures and instructional processes are implemented in a timely and consistent manner. In addition, the state leadership assessment report indicates the principal has not fostered a culture of respect with high expectations for all. The school council and principal have not implemented an effective system for monitoring, documenting, and ensuring accountability for all programs and personnel. And district leadership and the newly hired principal have not built capacity within the learning community to provide effective leadership to move the school towards proficiency. Meanwhile, the Kentucky Department of Education reports the district leadership has not successfully unified all decision makers around a common vision, not ensured that Christian County High School staff sets high academic expectations for students, not successfully translated the value of continuous assessment of leaders, teachers, and other stakeholders, and has not developed a systematic process for monitoring instructional practices at the high school. Christian County Public School Superintendent Brady Link held a news conference this afternoon to discuss the report.
We've got to look at ways that teachers understand what their expectations are, what the students' expectations are, what the principal's expectations are, what the central office expectations are. We've got to be sure that that's outlined and developed, and there's no excuses that we're going to be left out there to say, you know, that there's a reason why we're not learning. One of the things that we believe, and one of the things we've talked about as well in Christian County, there are no excuses for Christian County High School not to be a high-performing high school. They're just not. And so we as a central office have to accept that responsibility.
Link and the Board of Education have 45 days to develop a turnaround plan for the high school or to appeal any findings of the leadership assessment report.
The district is going to work hard to redouble our efforts again to make sure that our students are put first and that what we do is going to be something that to create a sense of urgency. So we've got to understand and accept that every single day that we're not doing what we need for kids is a day wasted, and we've got to get that done. And so one of the things that we were burdened with, the central office, was, hey, you're going to have to get that sense of urgency. It can't wait 5 years. It can't wait 2 years. We've got to start right.
The audit report provides 4 options for action: close down Christian County High School, hire an outside agency to run the school, transform the school, or reassign teachers to other schools. Well, meanwhile, after a year of research and discussions, the Task Force on Transforming Education in Kentucky completed its study of the education system and today presented its final report, including 35 recommendations to Governor Steve Beshear. The governor directed the task force, composed of teachers, parents, superintendents, education advocates, lawmakers, and business and community leaders, to help develop new strategies to ensure Kentucky has the curriculum, teachers, standards, organization, and structure in place to prepare children for the 21st century while reinvigorating public and business support for education in the Commonwealth. The group, co-chaired by Kentucky Education Commissioner Terry Holliday, developed recommendations that will serve as a blueprint for how schools can make gains in school readiness, student proficiency, graduation rates, college and career readiness, and the closing of persistent achievement gaps. For more on this story and the recommendations made by the task force, go to our website, source16.com. A Hopkins County man is behind bars charged with over 280 counts of sex crimes involving a victim under the age of 16. After an investigation by Kentucky State Police, which began February 17th, 35-year-old Jonathan Brown of Madisonville was taken into custody around 2 o'clock this afternoon after a search warrant was executed at his home and electronic equipment was seized. Brown is charged with 70 counts of incest, 86 counts of first-degree sexual abuse, 66 counts of possession of matter portraying sexual performance by a minor, and 66 counts of use of a minor in a sexual performance. He was lodged in the Hopkins County Detention Center. Well, a soldier based at Fort Campbell was killed Thursday by small arms fire in the Kunar province of Afghanistan. According to Army officials, 22-year-old specialist Jonathan Pilgaram of Great Falls, Montana, was assigned as infantryman to the Delta Company, 1st Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division. He joined the Army in 2008 and arrived at Fort Campbell in January of 2010. Meanwhile, another former Fort Campbell soldier, accused of killing his estranged wife and her former mother-in-law, is scheduled to have his 4th murder trial next month. According to media reports, Brent Burke's trial was set for March 14th with a new judge and defense attorneys. The former soldier is accused of killing his estranged wife, Tracy, and her ex-mother-in-law, Karen Comer, in 2007 at Comer's home in Rineyville. The first 2 trials ended in mistrials after witnesses failed to show up for court, and the 3rd trial also ended in a mistrial after jurors could not reach a unanimous verdict. A former Fort Campbell soldier was arrested and charged with multiple counts of rape, according to a Florida newspaper. The Sarasota Herald Tribune reports 23-year-old Jared Jenkins was arrested and later confessed to raping 3 teens in Manatee County last November. Now, according to the report, video surveillance led law enforcement officials to the Iraq war veteran who reportedly has arrest records in several other states. Jenkins was arrested last week at a home in Heritage Harbor in East Manatee County, where police reportedly found items they believe were used in one of the attacks. 3 Hopkins County residents were arrested after police found an active meth lab at a Madisonville home over the weekend. Kentucky State Police went to a Madisonville home around 6 o'clock Friday night after receiving a complaint regarding the possible manufacturing of methamphetamine. After serving a search warrant, troopers found drug paraphernalia, several items used to manufacture meth, and an active meth lab. State Police arrested and charged 34-year-old Derek Gibson and 31-year-old Randy Gibson, both of Henderson, and 37-year-old Anna Grace of Madisonville with manufacturing and possession of methamphetamine and other drug-related offenses. In addition, Derek Gibson is facing 6 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment. All 3 were lodged in the Hopkins County Detention Center. Hopkinsville police arrested 3 individuals for drug trafficking and other related charges over the weekend. Hopkinsville police report an officer went to the home of 54-year-old Sherry Devone Adcock of North McPherson Avenue Saturday night to pick up property and reportedly smelled marijuana coming from the residence. After obtaining a search warrant, police reportedly found several items of drug paraphernalia, marijuana shake and seeds, a shotgun, several types of pills, including hydrocodone, and 3 Schedule 4 meds in unmarked containers, and 3 corner baggies with white residue that tested positive for methamphetamine. Adcock was charged with trafficking in marijuana, less than 8 ounces, firearm enhanced, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance, including meth, and possession of drug paraphernalia. She was booked into the Christian County Jail. Meanwhile, a police surveillance on drug activity at a local gas station convenience store landed an Oak Grove man in jail for allegedly trafficking marijuana. Hopkinsville police arrested 21-year-old Dante DeMontreal Matlock of Oak Grove around 7:30 Saturday night at East 20th and Alley Streets. According to the report, police were conducting a surveillance at the Raceway for drug activity and saw Matlock and another subject exchanging something in the doorway of the business, and then again at Matlock's vehicle. After officers stopped Matlock's car, he reportedly told police he had marijuana in his pocket and produced a small and large bag of marijuana. Matlock also possessed cigars, which he allegedly told police were for smoking pot. He was taken into custody and lodged in the Christian County Jail. And a Hopkinsville man was arrested Saturday afternoon after he was indicted by the Christian County Grand Jury on drug trafficking charges. Hopkinsville police arrested 41-year-old Charles Motley Jr. on the strength of an indictment signed Friday by Circuit Court Judge John Atkins. Motley was indicted on trafficking in marijuana over 5 pounds, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. He was lodged in the Christian County Jail. Well, here's a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. Lindsey Wilson College will host a ribbon cutting Thursday morning at 11 o'clock at 1910 South Virginia Street in Suite 105 to celebrate their new location. The Hopkinsville Human Relations Commission will host its 20th annual Black History Trivia Bowl in the Hopkinsville Community College Auditorium building beginning at 7:30 on Saturday morning. If you would like to volunteer or help out with the event, call 887-4010 or 534-3413. And the American Heart Association 2011 Heart Walk kickoff will be held Saturday at Bradford Square Mall. Events begin at 8:30 with the walk to get underway at 9:30. Lunch will be provided. These chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan. Well, today's, or tomorrow's, I should say, Mega Millions jackpot is $64 million. Wait till Wednesday. Powerball, now $155 million.